Om Sadhana 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 Tejasvina Vaditamastu Mahitishavaiti Om Shanti Shanti Om Bhagavaya Pratibodhita Bhagavata Narayana Swayam Vyasena Gratika Gratika Madhye Mahabharata Advaitamrita Shri Bhagavati Ashtadashamadhyamavedi Ambantvamanusangrahani Vite Bhavateshi Namostute Vyasa Ullada Vidyaya Prajvalito Jnanamaya Pradima Brahmanavasya Dotrame Vedavasya Jnanam Krishnaya Gita Dhyana verse in praise of Lord Krishna, who is the teacher in the Bhagavad Gita, who is the main teacher of the Bhagavad Gita. And so this is the verse we are on. We saw yesterday, Rishikanam Ishaha. Rishikam means sons or Rishikeshaha. It has to have an H in front of the R in Rishikesh. So, Rishikam, so Rishikanam Ishaha, Rishikeshaha. So that is the symbolism of holding the whip and the reins in one hand, meaning surrendering to Krishna, which is already there. Pra plus pat, pra plus pat. Pat means what? To fall. Yes. Why are you so hesitant? Correct answer. Yes. Pat in the sense of falling, to fall. Pat to fall, and then, as Swamiji has mentioned many times, whenever you put this upasarga, whenever you put a prefix, in fact the word prefix has a prefix, right? Pre plus fix. Yeah. So whenever you put a prefix, and there are 20 such classic prefixes, and you put a prefix, the meaning of the word changes. And we saw also the meaning of pra this morning. What does pra mean? Totally, fully, specially, everything. So many meanings. So pra plus pat doesn't mean totally fallen. Okay. Pra plus pat means totally surrendered. Not kabhi surrendered. Sometimes I surrender. And then sometimes I feel like I am the doer and I am in charge and all these things. Ahankara plays a game. Not like that. So, prapannanam Parijataha Iva. So the one who is like a wish fulfilling tree for those who have surrendered. But this is partiality on part of Krishna. One can say Lord Krishna here is being partial because for those who haven't surrendered, he is not a wish fulfilling tree. Well, true. It's not partiality, however. Whatever you want, you ask in the form of a prayer. Ask him, then it is given. If you don't ask, then why will it be given? That is the idea. So, for those who have a value for prayer and for invoking Ishvara, for surrender, etc., this is given. This is given, and then this is the what is that? This is the wish fulfilling tree in the form of Lord Krishna for those who have surrendered. So that Totra and Netra in one hand, the cane and the cane of the people, both of them in one hand, means he is the master of the sense organs. Master of the sense organs means what? The sense organs in the form of the horses don't run away in 5 different quarters, 5 different directions after the sense objects. He is able to command them. He is able to have a say over them. He is able to manage them. And that's one more reason to surrender to Rishikesha, Lord Krishna as Rishikesha, because the blessings of Bhagavan Krishna help one to manage one's sense organs and also manage the mind. This is one more reason. Okay. Then Totra Vetra Ekapanaye in one hand. What is the other hand doing? Jnana Mudra or Chin Mudra. Chin Mudra, remember, has nothing to do with the chin. Chit Mudra, on the other hand, showing, displaying the Jnana Mudra. Then what happens? Jnana Mudraya Krishnaya. So anything that ends in aya, especially if it's an akaranta noun, ending noun, like Rama, Krishna, Ramaya, unto Rama, Krishnaya, unto Krishna. See how much easy Sanskrit is. See how fun it can be. Say yes, even if you want to say no. So, Krishnaya, unto Krishna. Who is Krishna? Jnana Mudra. He is in fact the essence of Jnana Mudra itself. He is the incarnation of Jnana Mudra. And so unto this embodiment of Atma Jnanam, unto him, who is the wish fulfilling tree for those who have surrendered, and who has in one hand the whip and the reins to manage the sense organs and the mind, and who is the embodiment of knowledge, the knowledge that shows that equates me with Ishvara, the knowledge that reveals me to be limitless, whole, and forever joyful, happy, that knowledge. So Jnana Mudraya, who is Krishna. The word Krishna itself is from to pull, karshati, to pull, the one who attracts everybody unto him. The one who attracts all the people unto him. That's why all the gopis, the milkmaids, are all attracted. And they're all attracted to him. And what are their husbands, the milkmen, doing? They are also attracted to him. This is not something that you find in Western academia. Western academia represents Lord Krishna as some kind of a wayward, flirtatious character. Because they don't understand the nuances of someone who is fully self-aware and has no ignorance, no self-ignorance, naturally becomes an attractive figure because that is what every single person wants. That is what everybody wants. But academia, I call it academia. So this is how they portray. They portray Krishna as as a flirtatious guy. He's not a guy. This is Atma Jnanam incarnate, an embodiment of self-knowledge. What will that, a walking, talking embodiment of self-knowledge, what will it look like? What will a person look like? Because you see, without role models, we cannot go on. Because seeing each other all the time, we are disappointed. We say, how can this person, after so many years of Vedanta, still behave like this? That's not Vedanta. So everybody needs role models. And even when Valmiki asks Narada to talk about Rama, the opening words of the Ramayana also is like this. Orvasmin Sampratam Loke. In this Sampratam means in the contemporary world in which I stand. Don't tell me historically there were figures like Bharata, like this one, like that one, ancient kings and gods and celestials. I don't care about. I want to know somebody who is right now that I can look up. And in these 16 qualities, Gunavan, Viryavan, all these things. The one who is free of raga, dvesha, the one who has wonderful qualities, the one who is compassionate, the one who is giving, yet the one who is courageous, all these things. He lists. So there is a dearth of role models because most of the people we encounter in our lives leave much to be desired. Therefore, when somebody like Lord Krishna comes along, or for that matter, somebody like Pujya Swamiji comes along, then immediately one has something to look up to. Everybody goes like like honeybees on a flower. Everybody goes. Everybody is attracted. So this is why he's called Krishna. Karshati, the one attracts everybody unto from Krishna to pull. And then what happens? So this is Krishna. Krishnaya unto this Krishna, who is described as before, the Vishnu tree, etc., etc., holding this in the right hand, in the left hand, and holding the Jnana Mudra in the right hand. All this. Then one more adjective is there. So before we say Namaha, salutations, one more adjective is there. Gita Amrita Duhe. Gita Amrita Duh is the word. Duhe, fourth case, unto the one. So, who is the milker? So that's not the word that's used here, that is into, because it's in a compound, it's Gita Amrita Dukh. And as we know, he was raised in a cow herd family. It is a cow herd family, not people who have heard of cows. Okay? No. People who have any herds. Herd is a different spelling here. H-E-R-D, not H-E-A-R-D. Not somebody who has heard of a cow. No. So somebody who has who manages cows, etc., in that kind of a family, he is being raised. So he knows all about cows, milk, everything. He's an expert. He was raised in that. And so he is such an expert that some of the stories surrounding Lord Krishna says that he was able to even milk cows which didn't have babies, meaning no milk would have come. But in his hands, they would yield milk somehow. Magic. So he was a magic milker. And so he milks the Gita, he milks the Gita. And what does he milk the Gita for? the nectar of immortality. Gitamritam. So the immortality nectar is what comes when he melts. And we'll have that an extended, another verse talking about this in an extended way. So Gitamrita, because when you milk the Bhagavad Gita, only the essence of the Gita should come. What is the essence of the Gita other than immortality? Immortality is a big word. We don't understand what this immortality is all about. We have no idea. We have no clue. And what is this immortality? Because everything, starting with our own bodies, is mortal. How to understand immortality? The best way to think about it is the reluctance to getting up from sleep. When you have to wake up, oh no, meditation is there. I have to get up. I have to somehow come and present myself. And then why is there a reluctance to wake up? Because sleep is enjoyable. And in sleep, there are no problems. There is no credit card debt. There is no worry about what will I do after 6 months. There is no worry about what's going to happen to me. There is no worries at all. One is relaxed, free. In fact, one is the only thing that there is. There is no fear of death in sleep. There is no fear of inimical people or difficult people or enemies in sleep. There is no chora bhaya, means there is no fear of thieves taking away my things. In fact, the concept of my things is also not there in sleep. My things means what? Nothing. In fact, even the body, somebody holds your hand like this and it will drop in sleep. Even your body, you don't have an ownership. What to talk of things? In fact, somebody can take you in the bed sheet upon which you lie and take you to the other room. And if you start to wake up, they can just rock you. Shh, so jao. And then sleep off. And then put you in the other room, you are fine. So sleep is akin to moksha, except in one way. You are not there to enjoy it in the moment. Sleep is akin to moksha. That's why it is so beloved. Everybody loves it. You don't have to go and do research on who are the people, which are the cultures, which are the nationalities, ethnicities that love sleep. Useless research. Why? Everybody loves sleep, we know that. Each and everybody loves sleep. Why? Because it's a universal human craving to be one with heaven, to not have any duality. That is what is immortality talked about here. When I understand I am Satchit Ananda, as I understand that, then the world ceases to become a source of irritation, annoyance, finitude. World starts with my own body, mind, sense complex. This is something we have to understand properly. So, immortality is a huge word. But how to bring it home, how to see it, how to assimilate it. We assimilate it as the cessation of irritation, annoyance, fear, and sorrow. Not the cessation of the Jagat. Some people who do research say, oh, Adi Shankara says the world will cease to exist. It's not what he said. That's not what he said. Because, you see, there is a mistake that is made upon the eye. The eye that is Satchit Ananda is mistaken for being as good as the body, as good as the mind, as good as the senses. And in order to undo this mistake, I have to know the truth of myself. I have to know myself as Satchidananda, which is the Adhishthana, a word that is not translatable. People say base, people say whatever, which is the truth of everything it is. Which is the Adhishthana of everything. I have to know that. I have to know this truth. Now, that is how the correction of the mistake is done. We make so many mistakes, even in the empirical world. A stock example of a mistake in Vedanta is what? Rope, snake. Go out at twilight. There is a reason why the mistake happens only at twilight. I go out at twilight, see something with 3 bends. Eek, snake. And then thankfully, I have the mobile phone with me. Oh, I'm going to call a friend? No, I'm going to turn on the flashlight to have a closer look at this snake. What does it turn out to be? Rope, derived from the Sanskrit word aropa, meaning mistake. So mistake. So now I see it's a harmless rope. Maybe a skipping rope that some child who had played and she had just left it there. So it is there in 3 bends. Or maybe you yourself were watering some flowers and trees or plants, and then you forgot the hose pipe in that. Whatever it is not a snake. What happens to the snake? Where did it go? Did it disappear into the bushes? Yes? Where did the snake go? It went back to that head from which the snake was a manifestation, a projection of my own fear. And it went back, it was retracted and went back to the head. Snake disappears, leaving in its wake the rope, right? All that is there is rope. Now I know the truth of the Jagat. I know that the Jagat, which is starting with my body, mind, sense complex, is as it were a projection of the Atma, of Ishvara. Everything is not separate from Ishvara. I am not separate from Ishvara. As Swamiji said this morning, what did he say? Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara. And then after that, Jagat that is nothing but Ishvara. So Jiva and Ishvara / Jagat, which is now gone. Then that Jiva is same as Ishvara, that is what is taught. So now I know that everything is Ishvara, I am Ishvara. I come to know of this after exposing myself to course of study in Vedanta Shastra. Then what happens? Like the snake, which is also a projection of my own raga dvesha here. The Jagat also should disappear. Correct? It should. But does it disappear? No. Because all kinds of mistakes are not the same. In certain mistakes, when the correction is made, that mistaken object disappears. The technical term for this is arthadhyasa. It's an adhyasa, a projection. Asa, a projection. So arthadhyasa means that which disappears upon recognizing the mistake. A mother of pearl is mistaken for what? Silver dollar. You run in the sand, in the hot sand to get it. Waste of effort. It's a useless, worthless mother of pearl, shining as though it is silver. Silver disappeared back into that wishful thinking. The wishful thinking was projected onto an object. That wishful thinking disappeared and the object revealed itself for what it is without the adhyasa, the projection, as the piece of worthless shell. The shell is called mother of pearl because it is indeed the mummy of the pearl. The pearl is born there inside the two shells like this. And then after it breaks open, you find a half a piece on the beach. So here too, with the silver, with the recognition that this is not silver, this is mother of pearl, the silver has disappeared. With the recognition that this is just Ishvara, the Jagat does not disappear. But it is still a mistake to think of the world as separate from me, separate from Ishvara. Jnanam has taken place, but the object upon which the projection was made is still there. Why? Because it's Ishvara Srishti. It is still there. This kind of a mistake, adhyasa, is called jnanadhyasa. And we can even have some local example. Jnanadhyasa, like sunset. Sunset. You know very well because of the geography lesson in class 3 or class 4. There is no sun that is rising or setting. You know that very well. Yet you can say, what a wonderful sunset. You can take pictures of it, post it on your social media, and say, Rishikesh sunset. And you can put a title on it. You can do that. You can appreciate the sunset, even no setting there at all. Sun is not setting. In fact, it's an optical illusion because of the movement of the earth around the sun. Sun is not moving, earth is moving, you know this. Even if you know this, you can still enjoy the sunrise, enjoy the sunset. Similarly, there is no such thing called blue sky. It is an optical illusion, but you can still enjoy and say what a lovely blue the sky is today. In the same way, the Jagat doesn't go away after Atma-jnana. Already so few people interested in Vedanta. And then if you know the Jagat goes away as soon as I am one with this knowledge, who will come? Nobody. Because that means the body also goes away. Body is part of the Jagat. Mind also goes away. Mind is part of the Jagat. And then the ramifications of these are endless and serious ramifications. So if the person goes away as soon as gaining Atma-jnana, for that person the Jagat disappears, meaning their own body disappears, everything disappears. That means where are the gurus to study from? Anybody who says I am a guru definitely does not know. Because if they knew, they would have disappeared. So like this is the jnana-dhyasa. So, this is the Gita-amrita. Gita-amrita means understanding myself to be whole, to be free of pain, strife, fear, anger, misery. Even in a world, while living in a world filled with all those things, misery, fear, anger, strife, conflict. That is why the teaching of the Bhagavad Gita takes place in the middle of the battle. The battle is both outside and inside. The battle outside is between dharma and adharma. Battle within is what? Same. So microcosm of the Kurukshetra. Same. Should I do this? Should I not do that? yes, this is wrong, but I really want it. And so how to do it without really being seen to be doing it? All these conflicts, strifes, striving, fear, all these things. And so Gita Mritatu means the one who is able to milk this essence from the Bhagavad Gita and give it to the people to nurture them. Unto that Lord Krishna Namaha. Sarvopa Nishago Gavaha Sarvopa Nishago Gavaha Dogha Gopalanandana Sarvopa Gavaha Dogha Gopalanandana Partho Vatsah Sudhir Bhota Buddham Gitamritam Mahat Partho Vatsah, those two dots after Vatsah contacts another sakara, so that two dots become into Vasa. Okay, and this is how it is pronounced. Partho Vatsat Sudhir Bhokta Buddham Gitamritam Continuing with the same metaphor. It is waxing eloquent on the same metaphor of the milker of Lord Krishna as the milker of the Bhagavad Gita. Sarva Upanishadaha. Upanishadaha, plural. All the Upanishads are like cows. All the Upanishads are like cows. They are the cows. And who is their milker? Gopalanandana. Gopala, the one who takes care of cows, cow herds. Nandana, the delight of all the cow herds. It is one meaning. I told you earlier the word go means many things. What are they? Oh yeah, I remember. Very clever. Earth, very good. Mother who? Bhumi is called cow. Go. Then one more. Words. What comes out of the Jiva? Words. Words are called go. So Gopalanandana means the one who is the delight of Mother Earth. Why? Because he makes people follow dharma. And when more and more people follow dharma, less and less hara, less and less weight on Mother Earth. Less and less burden on Mother Earth. Because they will not be littering everywhere. They will be responsible. They will not be polluting the rivers. So she's the delight of Mother Earth. She's the delight of all the cow herds. He's the delight of cow herds. He's the delight of Mother Earth. What else? He's also delightful because he brings the words of the Upanishad to light, their meanings. to the teacher. He brings the words of the Gita, which are like the Upanishads, to learn. Dogdha, the milker. Milker means one who is milking the essence of the entire Shastra. Because the Gita is a complete Shastra. And then, why does the cow give milk? For the cow. So if the cow is giving milk, there must be a calf in the vicinity. And who is the cow? Partner. Arjuna is the cow. Because of him, the Bhagavad Gita is there. If he had not taught Arjuna, we would not also benefit from the Bhagavad Gita. That is the idea. Since he teaches Arjuna, then we all are benefited from it. So when the calf drinks the milk, after the calf is nourished, then there is a lot more milk left for the people in the family to enjoy. In any family which has cows, lot more milk left. So as a result, who are the drinkers of the leftover milk? Sudhihi. Sudhihi means people of right thinking, right priorities that are attracted to the milk which is the Bhagavad Gita. Milk was considered, I say was considered, a sattvic food before the age of machine milking, before the age of injecting the cows with what? Hormones, antibiotics, hormones, whatever else, God only knows. Estrogen to keep them permanently lactating, permanently pregnant. This is all himsa. Before this was all done, in its natural state, in its organic state, milk was considered to be a complete food. You can live off milk. You don't need anything else. You can live off milk. So it was considered a sattvic food. It was considered a complete food. But now, less said about milk, the better. So this is this is the ancient understanding of milk as a complete food. Just like the milk nourishes the child and grows the mind, the brains, the bones, everything. Similarly, the milk of the Bhagavad Gita makes me grow in compassion and clarity. In clarity and compassion. The milk of the Bhagavad Gita makes me into a more and more contented person. Full. I'm full. I don't want anything else from anybody else. I become less covetous, meaning I have aparigraha. I don't want to grab the things that belong to other people. And since I'm full, I'm not going to search for other things anywhere. I'm content. Since I'm contented, I can afford to be compassionate and accommodating. So the teaching of the Bhagavad Gita, just like the milk grows the body, the Bhagavad Gita grows one up emotionally. It grants the prasada of emotional maturity so that one is able to find in oneself a contented, accommodating, compassionate, non-demanding, objective, non-judgmental person. A person, in other words, who minds their own business without needing to poke into other people's affairs and comment upon them and either blame other people or blame oneself. In fact, spiritual instruction can begin only when I stop blaming others and I stop blaming myself. That is when the spiritual instruction, that is the time it can begin. Very, very good. So, this is what it is. This is the teachings of the Upanishad. condensed into a milk in the form of the Bhagavad Gita. That milk, just like the milk nurtures the child, this milk, the essence of all the Upanishads, make me understand who I am, and in so doing, I am filled with the glory of myself. Swe Mahimni, no, in one's own glory one abides. Swe Mahimni Tishtati. One learns to abide in the glory that is oneself. And so, this is the milker, very skilled milker, is able to milk the message of the Upanishads and give it in an easily digestible form. Milk for the baby is easily digestible. So, and for the sick person also easily assimilable. So similarly, the way in which the knowledge of the Atma is given in the Bhagavad Gita is easy to assimilate. Much easier to assimilate than reading the Upanishads or even studying the Upanishads. Upanishads are very cryptic, difficult to decipher, even more difficult to understand, especially if one is not ready. And here, as long as, here, the teaching, as long as one has some interest, the teaching is given like the mother bird. How does she feed the young ones? She chews up the whole thing, chews up the food fully, and puts it inside the throat. All they have to do is just swallow. And this is exactly how, out of his compassion, the maker of the Bhagavad Gita gives us this easily assimilable form of Brahma Vidya. Along with Yogashastra, along with how to live, what to do, day-to-day instructions are provided as the chapters unfold. Thanks to the young calf's questions, Arjuna's questions, we are guided minute by minute how to be, how to live, what to do. All these questions are answered, and just as easy it is to assimilate milk. Similarly, the teaching of the Bhagavad Gita is made into an easily assimilable journey in life. Sudhihi Bhokta. In order to have the milk left over by the calf, we have to be what? Sudhihi. Sudhihi. A buddhi from which all kind of difficult emotions and sense of want, sense of lack has departed. Sudhihi. Right-minded person, right-thinking person is the Bhokta. And it is in the singular. Because there are few and far between to show how unique it is to sit in a room and listen to the Bhagavad Gita. That this is not an everyday affair and everybody cannot understand it. Everybody is, maybe they can understand it, but they're not even interested in it. Outside the ashram, they're not interested in it. Because there are many other things that are their priorities. And then if you befriend them on your walks and say, please come, 4 o'clock we have Bhagavad Gita class, 8:15 we have Tattva Bodha class. They will say, sorry, very, very sorry. Why? Very, very busy. This is not one more thing to do. This is not one more thing to tick off in a list of things to achieve. This is the normal, not normal, but regular understanding of the regular people about Vedanta. That's why they say, oh, maybe after I have retired, I don't have time right now. Right now I have places to go. Right now I have things to do. I don't have time for this, because they make the mistake of thinking this is one more thing to pursue. This is yet one more thing, and oh God, I have already so many things. I'm just dying here, I'm crying here, and you're asking me to come and study Bhagavad Gita. I can't. This is not one more thing. In fact, if you know this, then all other things in your life is. It is the thing because of which other things are. This is not understood. Narada goes, Narada, who is Narada? A sage who goes from one loka to another without visa. He can travel. Extraterrestrial traveler. And everybody loves him because he brings news from other lokas. And he's extremely diplomatic. And then when he goes to see Lord Shiva, he says, Om Namah Shivaya. When he goes to Vaikuntha, what does he say? Om Namo Narayana. He's very, very discreet, very diplomatic. And sadly, he's got this reputation as a troublemaker. He's not a troublemaker at all. He just shows you what is not right in your life. Like he showed Valmiki. He shows you this is not okay. Nobody is ready to look at it. That's why he gets the bad title of being a troublemaker. So Narada goes to Sanat Kumara in Chandogya Upanishad chapter 7. And he says, I would like to get this knowledge. Please give me this knowledge. I have heard. Shokam, he knows a lot. He has heard. Shokam taratyatmavit. Shokam tarati. Tarati crosses. Shokam means sorrow. Crosses sorrow. Who? Atmavit. Atmanam vetti. The one who knows the Atma crosses sorrow. He has heard. How? From whom? Bhagavat Sadrishebhya. People like you, Your Honor. Oh Lord, the teacher, he's showing respect. Sanat Kumara is one of the sages under the feet of Lord Dakshinamurti. Don't ask me which one. Pick anyone. That is Sanat Kumara for you. So he goes and he says, from honorable people like you, I have heard that the person who knows the Atma is free of sorrow, crosses all sorrow. Please teach me this knowledge. So Sanat Kumara says, well, I want to know whether to begin at Vedanta 101, 201, or graduate level class, or postgraduate, where is it? So tell me what you know, so that I can teach you. And he makes a huge list, which is half a page in that Upanishad. I know the 4 Vedas. I know Yajurveda. Oh, that's good. You know your own Veda medicines. I know Rig Veda. Oh, you are a Trivedi. Wonderful. I know Samaveda. Trivedi. Very nice. I know Atharvana. Atharvana Veda. Also I know. Oh, okay. We are dealing with the Chaturvedi. I know all the 6 Angas, Vedankas. Shiksha, phonetics, kalpa, how to do rituals, fire rituals, etc. Vyakarana, that which happens at 10 o'clock here. Okay? Vyakarana. Then, Nirukta. Nirukta is synonyms, antonyms, all this. Nirukta, in fact, is a work written by Yaska, portions of which are still available to us. It is so old that even the Veda quotes the Nirukta. Chandas, meters, the knowledge of meters, what is that called? Prosody, which goes up, which goes down, how many syllables in Trishtup. This kind of a meter we'll encounter. How many syllables in Anushtup, another kind of meeting. So all this I know. Then Jyotisham is a between astrology, astronomy. That is what is Jyotisham. That also I know. Then, as though that is not enough, I know all the other Upavedas. I know Dhanurveda, Ayurveda, this Veda, that Veda, Nakshatra Vidya, Shastra Vidya, everything I know. Sanat Kumara says, oh boy, you know a lot, Marga, a lot of nothing. How much is a lot of nothing? Nothing. How much is a little bit of nothing? You don't know that one thing because of which all these things you know. And that's how the teaching proceeds. And here too, this is exclusive knowledge because it is for people who are adhikaris, who have the right pursuit and who have come to the conclusion that without this, my life is very, very disturbed. I need this knowledge. And so who have been able to have the courage to prioritize the knowledge in their life. That is the person who is Sudhihi. The one who doesn't flip off the Bhagavad Gita and be very flippant about it and say, this is just one more thing. I don't have the time. Let's see after I retire. There will always be something or the other, somewhere or the other, somebody or the other will be teaching. No problem. This kind of an attitude this is not a Sudhihi. The one who has the right priority right now is Sudhihi, and that is the person who is fit to be the Bhokta, the drinker of the milk left over by the calf Arjuna. And then what is the milk? Gitamritam Mahadil, the great, the timeless, the invaluable Bhagavad Gita is the milk. Very nice. Vasudeva Sutam Deva Kamsa Chanura Mardanam Vasudeva Sutam Devam
Vasudeva Sutam Devam
Kamsa Chanura Mardanam
Kamsa Chanura Mardanam
Devaki
Paramanandam
Krishnam Vande Jagadguru Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanura
Mardhanam
Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru Continuing with the praise of Lord Krishna. Here, Lord Krishna is presented as Upasya Murti, as an incarnation fit for Upasana. Upasana means what? Meditation. So, to have a form to meditate upon, then you have to visualize the form. You need to visualize what does he look like, who is he connected to, what are his promises, etc. To have bhakti and shraddha, to develop the bhakti and as a prayer form. Vasudeva Sutaha Tam. So, the one who is the son of Vasudeva, who himself is Deva, a celestial, self-effulgent. Deva means not born of karma, not born of his own karma. But all birth takes place how? Because of karma. Then how is Krishna born? All the karmas of all the people saying, Trahimam, Vahimam, are you even there? When are you going to come to my aid? That is the punya of all the other people's prayers become the karma for this body. Krishna doesn't have his own karma. That's why Vasudeva Sutaha. So, historically, biographically, there is a father, Devaki, Vasudeva, etc. But actually, they are not his parents. He is the Deva of Vasudeva. He is the Deva of Devaki. He is the Deva of Vasudeva. That is why Vasudeva Sutam Deva. The very next word is Deva. Self-effulgent, self-aware, totally. Even though born in a human body, and we'll see this is something to look forward to in chapter 4, in the beginning of chapter 4. Very beautiful. So, but right now, this is just a sneak peek at chapter 4. And what is that? That is, even though he has a body, he may laugh, he may cry, he may steal butter and blame the other boys and say they framed me, they smeared me in butter. That's why it looks like I have stolen the butter, he tells his mother. And so, I didn't eat the butter, he says. And so, even though he may do all those naughty antics and everything, he is aware that he is aware. He is fully aware. Unlike every other person in the universe who doesn't have self-knowledge, not aware. He's fully aware that he is Bhagavan leading a human life. That is the full awareness is there. So that's why Vasudeva Sutaha, but Deva, self-effulgent, self-aware completely that he is just playing a role. He's playing a role with Mother Yashoda. So, he's eating something from the ground. She thinks he's eating dirt. Open your mouth. Opens the mouth. And she sees galaxies, Milky Way. She sees all the things that now, after so many thousands of years, the James Webb telescope is seeing. She sees that in Krishna's mouth without any other aid. Amazing. You see some of the NASA pictures by this new telescope, it's just fascinating. She sees everything. She's like, never mind, close your mouth. So this is even as a small toddler, even before he knew how to speak, he was aware that he is Bhagavan. And the destroyer of demonic beings like Kamsa, Chanura. These are all useless fellows. Kamsa was his own uncle, who had usurped the kingdom, and he was a tyrant, dictator. So like that, all these demonic useless fellows, he is made short shrift of. And so this is the Kamsa Chanura Ardhanaha, the one that has destroyed. Ardhanam means unto that. Kamsa Chanura Ardhanam. And another one qualifying Krishna is Devaki Paramanandam. The absolute delight of Mother Devaki. Her face blossoms when she sees him because he attracts everybody. He attracts everybody. That is why Devaki's face is in a big smile, like a fully blossomed lotus. Devaki's face. That Krishna, who is the son of Vasudeva, but who is the Deva of all, and then who is the destroyer of Kamsa and Chanura, who is the absolute delight of Mother Devaki. Aham Vande. Vande, I worship. I worship Lord Krishna of all these qualities. One more adjective is there. What is that? Jagat Guru. Guru means somebody should be teaching. And a guru is a guru to you because you want to know something and you tap that person to give you that knowledge. So you become guru. Correct? So the role of the guru is specific. Based on this, there is no guru as such. The Shishya invokes in a person a guru because of what the Shishya wants to study, wants to learn. But here it says with alacrity, it dares to say, Jagat Guru means the teacher of the entire universe. Not only this loka, but even in other lokas, if there is a human-like incarnation with free will, as a result of free will, has a lot of complexes, etc., there also is Jagat Guru. How is it possible to be a guru of the entire Jagat when there are so many people with so many raga, dvesha, so many preferences, so many prejudices? How is that possible? We'll see tomorrow. Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Guru Namaha Hari Om